What is up, Halo fans? I am standing up. I just wanted to show this from the top. It's the Brute Chopper. I did all the red and silver. It needs a lot of touch up because it just was so much. I had to use it. I did airbrush the red, but all the silver I used the humongous brush because I had to do a lot at a time. You know, you can't do this with a little brush. I should have airbrushed it, but it just wasn't happening because then it would have been. I had to go in there with a brush anyway, so I can't. The red and they touch, so I just didn't want to spend all that extra time. So let me sit down and show it. I don't want to talk about it too much because it has a lot more to go. Besides all the touch up, I'm not even gonna bother showing because it looks like shit in some areas. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. It's work in progress. It's called a fucking project, you know? It's not like it's done. So, but once all the black is put on, because it gets black, like these are black, 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 black. There's black by the seat. There's black under here. You know, once all that's done and all the silver and stuff is cleaned up, this bitch is gonna be fucking nice. I mean, it will be. You know, I don't have a lot of red left, and unfortunately, this paint was a bitch to make. I know some people. I always say this shit. I know some people. I mean, I don't give a fuck, but I'm just saying some people would be like, "What's so hard about it?" But to get the red to be dark enough. But then it has to be a certain dark enough to where once it gets hit by wash, it's not too dark. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is also why. This is what it looked like in the beginning, this fucking Spider-Man red. And so, I'm just going to tell you, because I mixed it like 3 different times. You put 1 or 2, like in a small, like in this, you fill that up. It's a decent amount of paint if you've ever used these. And you put 2 drops of black paint and it's too dark. In that thing, 2 drops of paint with that filled with red was too dark. So I ended up having to dump it all into here. And I just was like, all right, I'm gonna put, because it was like almost the whole jug. So I dumped like 3 fucking drops of black. And it was very close to this. And I was like, all right, 1 more drop. It's crazy to think 1 fucking drop made a big difference, but it did. I was just like, matter of fact, where is it? Here it is. You can see I was testing it. Hold on, I'm gonna put it down. You can see the difference in the well, I can. Like how it started, look, that's how it started. And then it's like, all right, this one, look at the difference, you can't tell. I mean, you can tell, but then look at that super dark one. That's way too dark. I think that's the one I was like, fuck. It's too dark. I know I'm painting it over black, but still. I mean, I'm not stupid. I know what it's going to look like over another color. Because in fact, I sprayed it over silver. And I actually airbrushed it over the whole thing silver again and let it sit for a couple hours. Then did the red because I knew the red would brighten up over the silver. And I made it nice and, nice. I wasn't even looking. I made it nice and thinned out on purpose. And then I had to, I'm not kidding you, when I sprayed it, it looked pinkish red because it was so thin. Even though it wasn't, I thin it like in the airbrush. I'm not gonna thin this whole thing because guess what? You fucking over thin this when you already mixed it and you're fucking screwed because now you gotta put more paint in it. And no, I used to do that and I fucking one time over thinned the paint. And I couldn't fix it. I didn't have any paint to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So I learned my lesson that way. Just thin it in the fucking cup. Most people probably do anyway. But, I mean, occasionally you just put a cup. Like, and I'm talking about like paints that have metallic. You definitely want to make sure. I mean, I do thin them in the cup. Some of these, like I don't like if I know I don't have any paint, I will never thin it in the jug. You're just better off to just thin it in your cup and get used to it. It's easy. So I definitely do it with the silver or anything with metallic in it. I mean, even sometimes it doesn't even help. It still gets cloggy. But back to this. Look, he was thin. Look at that shit. Dude, that color is fucking awesome. I know I made a video of him, but still, look at that paint. That's thinned out and sprayed over silver. I mean, it's fucking crazy, right? That's with the light shining on him. Man, I don't think I want to sell that thing. I just like the paint so much. Anyway, back to this. So, this is gonna get all the black put on it. I know I just said that, but I was able to get in all the rim, like everything that's supposed to be silver. I think is pretty close to being silver. It was a real pain in the ass to do it, I swear to you. And before I did any painting, I used my trusty clamp, and no, it wasn't the chip clip this time. If you ever see my jokes, it's one of these but bigger. These are for my nipples. The bigger ones are for the models. I had to clamp that closed because there's a huge gap that I just never fixed. I did try to fix it with resin, but it didn't hold. And then that's really the only thing that's crooked because I glued it, put this in. I'm not gonna fucking seal that thing. It's in place. It's fine. You know, it's glued in there is my point. I'm not fucking resin fixing it like I did. Matter of fact, if you remember, I did this. I knew you'd be able to see this little bump. This one you can barely tell. It just looks like it's battle damage, really. I mean, I think it came out fucking great for all the body work I had to do on this motherfucker. I mean, I'm very happy with it. This was painted by hand. Because it's on a crease, and if you try to put like paper or something that doesn't bend correctly, it just doesn't hold that curve. And I cut a piece of paper. I don't paint over the paper. I just use it as like a guide. I stay like right under it, but I couldn't, so I was like, the way I do it, in case anybody wants to know, I put a dot right there, and I put a dot right there, and then I kind of think, I just like look in my head. I just imagine where this is, not here in the middle. I have to look at this because this is where the curve changes. So when you're brushing it, where's my brush? This is just a clean brush. So when you're brushing it, it's kind of like you go up, and instead of being like the natural would be like up here, you kind of go up and then pull it across. I don't know. It's like I don't know. That's how I do it, to keep that natural curve. And so that's how I do it. If you ever wanted to try it, that's the way I would tell you to do it. Don't just try to stay natural. You'll fucking do it wrong. These lines on both sides are a little different, but that's okay because obviously I'm taping these bitches. I want them to be better. But there's the other one I did by hand as well. It's good. I'm really happy with that little bump right there. I mean, I hate to try to fix it. It's like a hair, but I may just leave it. I'll probably just leave it. But yeah, you can see I got a lot of work done in there. Here's a bitch. Everything's looking good, really. I'm very happy with it. So far, I think, I think I said this earlier. I think once the black is done, I'm gonna do the black before I touch up the red and silver, because the black is gonna take care of a lot of problems, because it also bumps up to the red and silver in certain areas. So why fix them and then have to fix them again? You know, like where if the black touches them, which is probably gonna happen because shit happens. Then I have these. I'll put them back on. Then these I sprayed today. They're pretty cool. Little gear cogs. I'll probably sell these for $50 a set with a rope. But I'm happy with the way the paint is like not. It looks worn. That's how they should look. So, and then I did these. I'm gonna sand these and respray them. This is the brute red. It's not the right red for these. They're more bloody looking. If you ever play the game, I just wanted to spray them for fun. I think they're cool. I love them. So, and then that's it. I think that's all I got. So, oh, here, I just want to show. This is pretty much finished. Oh, yeah. I think I said this before. I think I'm gonna get like a film for his mask, like a really tiny hex film pattern, and maybe try to cut it out for his mask, or just leave it black. Or I'm not even sure. We'll see. But if anybody's wondering what it is, it's just he's like, I just made him like some guy out in the ODST. He's part of a group, I guess you want to call it, a squad. They're their own color squad, and that's his little kill count I made on his armor. And then I gave him, you can see from here, their own logo. the B, that's a decal. And then the Killer B is his name, and then it's the UNSC with his little thing, and I'm gonna put a bigger one of these on it. But he's pretty much done. I really want, it's the top of his helmet, his little B helmet. So, I don't know, I think it's cool. I would make my cosplay like that. I don't give a fuck, it's cool. So, I don't think he's going on that stand though. Maybe. Haven't decided. Yeah, well, I'm tired, so sorry about that. That back one, the blue one, I don't know if I'm gonna sell that one. It's too cool. It really is. So I haven't decided on that one. This though, I'm very happy with how it looks. Whoops. Hopefully you guys like it too. I mean, I think it's coming out great. Really, I do. I'm more happy with it now than I was, you know, when it was in pieces and not assembled, and I was just pissed off. So I can't wait to put the black on it and check it out. You know, and then once I weather this color, it'll be a little darker, but it's honestly very, 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 it's not spot on close to the Banished color, honestly. I'm happy with it. Alright, don't forget to like, follow, and share, and join my Patreon. The link's in my profile, $10 a month. You know, once there's enough members there for that $10 donation, you can win a free statue, something like that. Free. Or like him. Free. Sorry, that was the chief. You don't think $10 donation a month is worth a chance to win a free statue? I do. So, plus it'll help me with supplies and all that kind of stuff. So, I know I say it all the time, but I'm going to keep saying it forever. So, I appreciate you all, and have a good night. Peace.